Hello and welcome to the Prime Weekly News Update. Let's dive into this week's biggest developments and stories. The big news this week is that after 5 years and a whopping 4 billion crown investment, the former Intercontinental has officially reopened as the 5-star Fairmont Gold Prague hotel. If you've been following the story, you know this massive transformation was bankrolled by 3 Czech billionaires, Oldrich Schlemmer, Pavel Baudiš, and Edward Kuchera. Architect Marek Tichy has done something quite interesting here, preserving elements of the original 1974 building while bringing everything else firmly into the 21st century. What I find most significant about the project isn't the hotel itself, but how it reimagines the entire public space out front. It creates a new gateway to Pařížská Street, essentially redefining the entrance to Prague's luxury district. Watch out for the ripple effects this will have on surrounding properties. Now, for all the ink that's been spilled about build-to-rent residential, Prague still has just 2,900 units across 10 BTR projects. That's not much, but it's triple the units and double the number of projects we had just back in 2022. At the Rental Housing Festival last week, BTR Consulting's Zuzana Chudoba said there are 9,000 units currently in the pipeline, with 3,000 set to complete by 2027. What's particularly interesting is the market concentration. 5 major players now control 43% of Prague's BTR market. Chudoba says foreign investors are still just looking around, and while Czech capital is active and ready to invest, there aren't enough suitable projects here to absorb all the potential investment. Hospodářské noviny has an interesting piece on agricultural land values. To put it bluntly, they're going up. In 2023, prices hit 36 crowns per square meter, which translates to 360,000 crowns per hectare. That's a jump of 159% since 2014, which works out to a compound annual growth rate of 11.2%. That's a jump of 159% from 2014, or a compound annual growth rate of 11.2%. Outside big towns like Prague, Brno, or Hradec Králové, you have to pay more than 45 crowns per square meter. The newspaper warns that established land bankers are competing with a new cohort of inexperienced investors. That's helping to boost prices, obviously. And if those newcomers get it wrong, it could create opportunities. Annual land transfers have fallen, though, to just 53,000 hectares. That's half the volume from 2016. Penta Real Estate has unveiled sculptor Dušan Zahoransky's new installation, Odvaha, or Courage, at Nova Valchovka in Prague 5. The piece honors 2 Czech pioneers, hockey player Augustin Bubník, who faced political persecution after Olympic success, and Božena Laglerová, Czechia's first female The piece honors 2 Czech pioneers, hockey player Augustin Bubník, who faced political persecution after his Olympic success, and Božena Laglerová, Czechia's first female pilot. To choose the artist, Penta held an open competition with over 20 entries submitted. I have to say I appreciate this approach because it adds some diversity to the roster of artists that are helping to create more valuable public spaces in Prague. In residential news, the developer PSN has announced renovation plans for 2 apartment buildings in Prague, targeting completion by early 2026. A new project in Břevnov will create 27 units of up to 78 square meters in an existing structure. Meanwhile, in Nusle, PSN is developing 15 customizable shell and core apartments in a 6-story building. Finally, the Chinese retail giant JD.com is actively scouting locations in the Czech Republic. According to E15, the company already operates 20 European warehouses, but plans to double its footprint by year's end. CTP's Asia director Jaromír Černík says JD.com is looking to establish air cargo routes to Europe along with warehousing and last-mile delivery infrastructure. The company is already active in Poland. And that's it for this week's roundup. If you found this If you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into Prague's real estate and business developments. Drop any questions you might have into the comment section, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.